I first discovered drag at 13. Put on the wig and the makeup, and I'm someone completely different. I'm so pretty!
What do you think of taking those photos down? The constant reminder that I had to pretend I was a boy.
This is a place of love and support because we need that in this world.
This is me, and you better like it.
Bye!
Looks scary. Do you know what I am? No? I'm a drag queen.
So you're gay?
I am. Good question. I came out of the closet when I was 21 years old.
What's coming out of the closet means?
Everybody should try drag at least once. It's really fun.
Even kids?
Yeah.
My advice to you is keep going. Learn your lyrics well. Give them face, give them choreography, give them a lot of energy. They will always remember your energy. Left foot forward. There you go. And chest up, head up.
Shalom, like to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Wakakudash. Like give double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim, pushing this word across the four corners of the world. And as what you just saw from this previous video, based on Discovery Plus channel, they have a show called Generation Drag. And as you can see through that show, that they are sexualizing children and influence them to be more acceptable into drag, being into a transformer. And that's nothing but child abuse at the end of the day. But hey, what can you expect here in America, known as Babylon the Great, according to the Holy Scriptures? And this place is great in wickedness, immorality, lewdness, ill doings, corruption, and the list goes on. So it's heavy demonic activity going out here in these last days. But as the hopeful elect, we can expect this because according to the book of Revelation, the 18th chapter, it says how her sins, referring to America, known as Babylon the Great, have reached unto the heaven. So expect things to get more worse, more vile, more disgusting, more despicable. Hey, expect it. And I'm speaking as a man, I would not be surprised that they will start penalizing heterosexual couples very soon, just the way that this wicked society is spiraling down. So this place, America, according to the book of Revelation 11th chapter, is indeed spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Sodom, Gomorrah, and those other three ancient cities along with them, they were notoriously known for their great sins. So it's no different here in America. And that takes me to Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So who's the authority figure, judge, or ruler in that power seat that was authorized by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai? And that's referring to the tabernacle of Edom, who are the so-called Caucasian race today. That's that judge of the people. His demonic activity is really poisoning the minds of the people. And with their wicked agendas, they're starting out with the children because the children are easily influenced. Just like on the right-hand side when Yahweh Shai told his disciples, and that's really referring to the hopeful elect in today's time, when you come into this truth, you got to come as a little child, meaning to come low, meekly, humble, and also impressionable, because you have to delete everything that you was taught in this wicked society when you come into the truth. So it's like a spiritual brainwash, but on the right-hand side. So dealing with Esau, Edom being that adversary, you know, he's perverted. So he does everything on the left-hand side. So that's how he's easily grooming the children right now by the means of this Babylonian wine. Verse 3, an unwise king destroyed his people. And why is that? Because you're not enacting the true morals and principles throughout this earth while you're in your rulership. And that's by implementing the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. So Esau, being the powerful being that he is, he comes out with his lawless mandates, different decrees and orders and laws. And that's why the mindset of these people within this world, especially here in America, is on a very low vibration. So an unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city should be inhabited. And that's going to start off when Yahweh Shai comes back. He's going to implement his righteous great reset. along with the authority of King David and also the house of David representing the 144,000. So Esau, Edom, beginning with the heads of them, the nobility of them, they are definitely that unwise king. And let's prove that right quick in the prayer of Azariah chapter 1 verse 9. And thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies. So if you're lawless, that means that you are contrary to the law. And what's the true law? The laws, statutes, the commandments of the Heavenly Father Yahweh via the Holy Scriptures. And really, when you are lawless, you are considered like a beast. And that's why it's stated in the book of Daniel 4:17, how the Most High said it over it, the basis of men. That's referring to the tabernacle of Edom. They are a very degenerate, base, vile people. They are profane, meaning that they are outside the temple, so they cannot come into the righteousness of the Heavenly Father Yahweh through His only begotten Son Yahweh Shai by implementing the true ways of the Holy Scriptures, because that which is crooked cannot be made straight. So he's considered lawless. He's unruly. And it says, most hateful forsakers of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, and that's by not following the ways of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. And that provokes the Most High to more wrath and anger. And that's exactly why he's allowing the sins of America to stack up. So he can be totally justified by sending back his only begotten Son Yahweh Shai to annihilate this place, America. So when a person is unjust, that means that they are unfair. They are unbalanced. They are unethical and immoral. So with that type of mentality and vibration, you have a doest thou wilt spirit. And that's why the concept of America is obey your thirst. Anything goes. Because it's not a righteous standard being implemented within this country. So America is known as Babylon the Great. It's the hammer of the earth. So it's that main hub or attraction that has influenced all these nations. And that's by the means of that Babylonian wine. So the immoral ways of America has rubbed off on these other countries, these other nations. They have drinking from this Babylonian cup, and they are intoxicated by the wine of her fornication. And it says, into an unjust king and the most wicked in all the world. So through Esau's Babylonian wine, he has intoxicated all nations except for the hopeful elect of the nation Israel, because we were once intoxicated by that Babylonian wine. But through the grace of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, they gave us that spiritual eye salve, that spiritual inspiration. And that gave us true life, because now we know what we're up against through the Spirit, where the rest of the people are susceptible to this madness. So that takes me to Revelation 14 verse 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon, referring to America, is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. So all these other nations slept in the bed with America, that great whore. And that wine of her fornication is going to that Babylonian wine, which represents democracy, westernization, the ways of Esau's philosophies, his ideologies. And what's that ideology that they're pushing out right now? Trust the science. Grooming people, especially the children, to accepting drags, transformers, pedophilia, and that's child abuse. But why are things like this not being vocalized on mainstream news? And we know why, because all these different mainstream news corporations, they have all sold out. And all these different reporters for these different mainstream outlets, all of them have to drink after that Babylonian wine. So we as the hopeful elect are really the true ones that's rising up and speaking against the evildoers. And you do have a lot of these people who call themselves truthers are coming out to the forefront and exposing the wickedness of America as well. But more on a spiritual understanding from the Bible perspective, that's only given to the hopeful elect of the nation Israel, beginning with the righteous prophets. So by that unwise king enacting these immoral and perverted ideologies throughout the whole world, where it's enticing a lot of the children to be more acceptable to this madness, now that unwise king is being prosecuted by the holy prophets, and that unwise king is being brought to trial of all his mischiefs and wrongdoings and all his wickedness that he has been perpetuating throughout the whole world. You're going to be brought to that great judge very soon. So that's why your empire, your society, your rulership, your authority, all that is starting to crumble. So America's in that state of decadence. And that takes me to Isaiah 24:10. The city of confusion, or the city of disorder, the city of immorality, or the city of lewdness, Because you go into the word confusion, it goes into disorder. And that represents America. And it says it's broken down. So right now, as you can see through the spirit, that this is definitely that valley of the shadow of death. And you go into the word valley, it goes into like a low land. And that's going into the morality of this place. Moral degeneration. A debased society where anything goes. It's not being implemented by no righteous standard or principles. And that's poisoning the minds of the people. So the city of confusion is being broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. So like I stated earlier, how Esau is definitely that unwise king. And this is an account of King Saul. And he's considered an unwise king because he was being disobedient and unruly unto the Heavenly Father Yahweh by not adhering to his prophet via Samuel. So he was in that mentality as he wanted to do what he wanted to do. So let's see the results of that. And this is 1 Samuel 15:23. For rebellion, going into corruption, being unruly, being disorderly, is as the sin of witchcraft, meaning sorcery. And as it says in our law in the book of Exodus, the 22nd chapter, how the Most High should not suffer a witch to live. And that's what Esau Edomville America is known for, pushing out witchcrafts amongst the nations. And that's anything that's outside that righteous vibration of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua via the Holy Scriptures. So rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because if you're stubborn, that means that you're prideful. And the scriptures refer to America as that lofty city. It exalts itself with great pride. So the Most High, as it says in Isaiah 24:10, he's going to bring the city of confusion down to a very low vibration, along with Esau's authority on this earth as well. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. Samuel had that same mindset as Esau. But of course, you know, Esau is on a very higher level with his wickedness. But it's still that same type of wicked vibration, just levels to it. Because according to the book of Psalm, the 50th chapter and the 17th verse, it says, seeing thou hatest instruction and casting my words behind thee. And that's the whole motto of Esau Edom. So King Saul, he was in that same mindset because he was being disobedient to the Most High's prophet Samuel. So because thou hast rejected the word of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, he have also rejected thee from being king. And you know the story of that. It led into King David being that righteous king. So just like the Most High revoked King Saul's license as being the king for the nation of Israel, he's going to do the same thing to that unwise king, referring to Esau Edom, and that authority figure of rulership that he's currently in. Because why? Because he's being disobedient. He's unruly. He's immoral. He's impure, and he's the basis of men. So with that, according to the book of Ecclesiasticus 10:4, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And when something is profitable, it means it's rewarding. It has advantages and benefits to it. So that's by the means of Yahweh's only begotten son, Yahushua, by implementing a righteous great reset. The Apostle John, when he saw in the book of Revelation, the 21st chapter, it was a new heaven and a new earth. That represents a righteous renewed kingdom, which is a righteous new world order. It's going to be established by our big brother Yahushua. On down the line, King David and the rest of the throne of David. And through that, we're going to institute righteousness throughout the world, because everything will be governed by the Heavenly Father's laws, statutes, and commandments. Something that's not being authorized in today's time. Because those type of freaks, which you saw at the beginning of this video, if this world was currently authorized by the rules of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, they would be easily been put to death. So obviously Esau is unworthy to be in that rulership position, because look at the state of the world in today's time. And when that righteous root being authority, referring to Yahushua, just watch how yielding and rewarding that this earth is going to be, along with the many other planets and the vibration of these other nations. So like I stated earlier, expect more things to get worse, more things to be on more higher level of demonic activity, because all this wicked behavior that we're witnessing in these last days, it all aligns with Esau's NWO agenda. A godless society, a world with no limits. So yes, it's very vexing in the spirit, but this type of wicked behavior has to build up to the momentum pursuant to Revelation 18 chapter, how her sins, referring again to America, has reached unto the heaven, and the Most High had remembered her iniquities. So he could be justified pursuant to the book of Amos 9 and 8 to destroy this sinful kingdom from off the face of the earth. So I brought this out. You all was edified. You all stay strong. Keep pushing forward. Shalom.
He shuffled into Bear's room. "Wake up, Bear," mumbled Mole. "Spring is here."
This is Drag Queen Story Hour. It's your classic children's reading program with a twist. The day's literary leader is a larger-than-life drag queen.
Everybody wave to each other, make a friend next to you, okay?
I am a school teacher, currently teaching kindergarten. Oh, I'm also a drag performer. Named Facelift. So Drag Queen Story Time. It's just a wonderful time for me to be able to bring my love of working with kids with my performance. When you think about it, really, bringing drag performers together with little kids is kind of a perfect relationship. And it's kind of like drag performers are clowns, right?
For me, I think Drag Queen Story Hour is just such a natural fit. It's like one of those ideas that's just so good that I'm shocked that no one had thought of it sooner.
I wish, because I started doing drag at 15 years old, and obviously not 11, but I wish even at that age that I could have had the courage that you have to do what you do.